Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, Richard Sherman, came out and is adamant that Matthew Stafford isn't Hall of Fame worthy. Everyone is giving Matt Stafford his flowers today, but Richard Sherman says not so fast. On Good Morning Football, former NFL fullback Michael Robinson says Stafford is absolutely destined to be enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sherman, who was Robinson's teammate for several seasons on the Seahawks, vigorously disagreed. Here's Michael Robinson basically saying his piece about it, and fair use, Zach, and we're gonna go with this. Fair use, Zach. Thank you.
You look at what he did in this playoff run, and to your point, Peter, yes, he's a gold jacket. Absolutely. The numbers bear it out, and now the ultimate team goal, which is the win of Lombardi, to win a Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford actually has. And he was a huge part of winning this particular Super Bowl. Look, check out these numbers, 4-0. Okay. 70% completion. 70. Out of 10 throws, he's completing 7 of them. Right? That's efficient passing. That is playing at a highest level when your team needs you to play at the highest level. Over 1,100 yards passing in 4 games. 9 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. 9 touchdowns, 9 explosive touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. That's so un-Matthew Stafford-like, right? His previous playoff, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He was throwing games away. And then second, guys, what Matthew Stafford brings from a confidence standpoint to the rest of this team. I never seen this Rams team talk about themselves so glowingly before Matthew Stafford was on this team. They had Jared Goff. They had been to the Super Bowl before, but it just didn't seem like Jared Goff injected the type of confidence in everybody else like Matthew Stafford did. It didn't seem like in any game this offseason, in any game this playoffs, the Rams were never out of it, no matter what the score was. Why? Because everybody believed in the quarterback. Everybody believed in that arm. Everybody believed that if Matthew Stafford has time and downs, we have a chance. Great job, Matthew Stafford, and absolutely, you are a gold jacket.
You think he's a Hall of Famer?
I think he's a Hall of Famer, and I really think, just to my point earlier in the show, I think this is just starting for Matthew Stafford. I think he's a late bloomer when you talk about, playoff wins and all those things. I think he's just going to see things and say, hey, life is good like this. I talked about putting a new lens on life. He's going to see things a little bit better. The system he's involved in gets everybody involved. It keeps everybody happy, and it involves a physical nature with the run game with it too. I'm telling you, he stays with Sean McVay and in this offense. Why can't they do it again?
Yeah.
Now, Sherman basically replied, the Hall of Fame bar is incredibly low now. Like a participation trophy. No all-decade team, no all-pro, no MVP, 1 Pro Bowl, not even MVP of the Super Bowl. Never considered the best in any year he played. At least Matt Ryan has an MVP. And Will Brinson of CBS Sports chimed in saying Stafford has an excellent chance to make it in the canon if he plays 3 or 4 more seasons, regardless of whether he earns All-Pro any of those years. And how, Sherman asked. All-Pro is a measuring stick. All-Decade is a measuring stick. Those show you were considered best at your position during the time you played. If you were not in that discussion, you definitely shouldn't be in a Hall of Fame consideration. Sherman added that Stafford will likely not have an All-Pro season before his career ends. And Brinson pointed out that Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Drew Brees, 3 pretty certain Hall of Famers given their combined 5 Super Bowl titles, collectively only had 1 All-Pro nod between the 3 of them. The back and forth continue with Sherman pointing out Brees Offensive Player of the Year honors plus 4 second place All-Pro finishes, and Eli Manning winning Super Bowl MVP twice. Sherman has played cornerback in NFL for 11 years, spending part of this past season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Put this debate in your notebook and revisit about a decade from now when Stafford is eligible for enshrinement. And I agree with Richard Sherman. Matthew Stafford is not a Hall of Famer, and he should not be considered for the Hall of Fame. He hasn't done anything. I don't want to hear this, oh, well, he played in Detroit all his life. And so that's what we do. Like, we give everybody a pat on the back. Barry Sanders played in Detroit, bad team and all, and he had more All-Pro honors. Megatron played there, was a teammate of Matt Stafford, and Megatron put up All-Pro honors, was considered one of the greatest receivers in history. Barry Sanders, one of the greatest running backs. Stafford has never been considered one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. And I agree. I'm not an Eli Manning fan, but Eli Manning won the MVP twice. Made the throws to win the game. What did Matthew Stafford do? Matthew Stafford didn't make any big throws. Matthew Stafford got bailed out by 6 Flags at the end of the game. That's what we're going to start calling them, 6 Flags LA Rams. The 6 Flags LA Rams. And you mean to tell me, god dang, Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer? Are you out your god dang mind? Michael Robinson, you played on the team. Russell Wilson was better than this guy. Oh my gosh. This is the problem. We have idiots that's in the media. And then these are people who used to play in the NFL, high level. And that's why I told Detroit T, shout out to my brother, that's my guy, that I'm not listening to everybody who played in the pros. Because everybody who played in the pros don't know what they are. They don't know football, and those who played in the NBA don't know basketball. They're just going along with an agenda. They're going along with a feel-good story. Matthew Stafford, he could win one. What if Matthew Stafford fails next year? What if he fails the year after? Then what? Then what you gonna say? That's why we need to wait and see. And I'm with Richard Sherman. The bar is incredibly low. It's incredibly low. It's very low now to make the Hall of Fame, and it's a shame. Ryan Fitzpatrick, they're going to throw him in the Hall of Fame. Watch, they're going to be like, well, he had the numbers. Because that's all they go by now is numbers. What happened to the W column or the L column? Huh? You guys criticize Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson took a team that didn't have any weapons on offense to the playoffs 3 years in a row. He just didn't do it this past year because he got hurt. And guess what? He has a better winning percentage than Matthew Stafford. 6 Flags LA Rams were saved by the refs in that game, and they were saved by an inept coaching job in situational football by Zach Don't Know Nothing Taylor. That's why they won. They cheated the 49ers, basically cheated them the whole game, and then they actually won because Kyle Shanahan choked. He choked at the end. The Bucs game, the Bucs are running game, and the defense wasn't that good all year. But those penalties, which the guy headbutted Brady, should have been called, but I knew they weren't going to call it. And then the Ndamukong Suh penalty, that was bull crap. Because Matthew Stafford kicked him. If you go back and watch the tape, he kicked Ndamukong Suh, and Ndamukong Suh retaliated. So that should have been a flag on both. If you're going to call a flag on Suh, you should have called a flag on Stafford. And you should have called a flag on Von Miller for headbutting Tom Brady. Now, Matt Stafford is not a Hall of Famer. And I don't feel Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer. That's just my opinion. I don't believe Eli's a Hall of Famer, and I don't believe Matt Stafford's a Hall of Famer. They're not. To me, they're not impactful quarterbacks. But if I had to choose between them, Eli's resume is way better than Matt Stafford's resume. Much better. Now, let's see. Here we go. The Book of Boba Fett finale viewership was 36% higher than the Mandalorian season 2 closer. Disney Plus season 1 finale of Lucasfilm's The Book of Boba Fett clocked $1.5 million US dollars, Households according to Samba TV from the show's Wednesday to Sunday run. That's 36% higher than the 5-day finale draw of The Mandalorian season 2, which streamed from December 18th to the 22nd, 2020, and pulled in 1.1 million US dollars households per Samba TV metrics. The season 1 finale of The Book of Boba Fett, in the name of honor, was directed by Robert Rodriguez and written by Jon Favreau and Noah Clore. Some might argue that the viewership uptick here boils down to an increase in Disney Plus subscribers, which were plus 11.8 million to 129.8 million worldwide at the end of their recent Q1. However, the streamer for the first time ever reported its US and Canadian portion, that being 42.9 million subs. It's interesting to note that there's typically an ease in eyeballs between a Disney Plus series season premiere and that of its finale. Read the Book of Boba Fett was minus 12% from the 1.7 million US households it pulled in for episode 1 over its first 5 days. December 29th to January 2nd, such declines have occurred with live action Marvel series, i.e., WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki and Hawkeye, the latter seeing a shift of 1.5 million November 24th to 28, 2021 for its first episode, down to 1.3 million for its season 1 conclusion. December 22 to 26, 2021, a minus 13% decline, both weighted at 5 days. Since the launch of Disney Plus per Samba TV, the biggest season finale viewership to date for a series belongs to Marvel's Loki season 1, which drew 1.9 million US households. 1.9 million US households. July 14th to 18th, 2021, through its first 5 days, Loki also touted the biggest Disney Plus season premiere with 2.5 million over 5 days, June 9th to 13th. Samba TV measures 3M terrestrial smart TV households who clock into an episode for at least 5 minutes. Stateside, the Book of Boba Fett's audience skewed middle income and up. Incomes 50K plus, male plus 4%, young to middle ages 25 to 54, and Caucasian plus 9% of the top 25 largest DMAs. Portland, Oregon overperformed the most, plus 85%, followed by Seattle, Washington, plus 57%, and Denver, Colorado, plus 9% for the L plus 4D window. The momentum and excitement for the first season of the Book of Boba Fett certainly carried through to the finale. Observed Cole Strain, Samba TV's head of measurement. In fact, the 1.5 million US households watching the debut season's finale through the weekend was 36% higher than the Mandalorian season 2 finale. Disney has done a great job creating strong original content that keeps viewers engaged and coming back for more. And this is why I said that Boba Fett was a success. That's why I gave it 4 stars out of 4 stars. Look, it was a great series. People are going to nitpick and have their problem with it. And the reason they have their problem with it is because people live in the past. People live in the past with the previous Star Wars, and what they don't understand, Star Wars is based on story. It's always been based on story. And people have to understand is that you may feel that it's not up to par, but it is. Boba Fett was a great story. It's showing Boba Fett in a different light. that he wants to be a boss now. He doesn't want to be a thug. He doesn't want to be a bounty hunter anymore. So a lot of things change, and I think a lot of people was like, "Oh, well, he should have just went to go get his ship and just blast everything." Why? Why would he go get his ship when he got a ranking? A ranking could come and tear all that up. Come on, guys. Like, look, keep the excitement going. All right. Boba Fett to me was 4 stars out of 4 stars, and so far has been the best series so far. I have Mando season 2 and 1 being right after. I can't wait for the Kenobi series. I think the Kenobi series is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be great, and I think it's going to be a success. So thank you guys. For listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love what you hear, you could donate to the page by going to my description box. You can hit the Cash App link. That link will take you to my Cash App, and you could donate $1 or $1,000,000, whatever you're willing to give. We accept. When the videos premiere or go live, you guys can also super chat. The super chat work. So thank you guys, man, for your blessings. Thank you guys for your support. We're out. Deezy.